Hi, friends. Father Sam Bellafiore. We've seen a lot of different kinds of reactions and attitudes about coronavirus and our response to it this week. And the first thing that a lot of people felt, have continued to feel, is fear. But it seems like after a couple of days, when people realize that they can't conquer this fear, something else comes in, and that's complacency. And maybe we can get in our own spiritual lives a little bit like those folks on the beach in Florida earlier this week. We don't really care what happens because maybe for some people it feels like we've got a little bit of time off, so we may as well enjoy it. And that can happen in our spiritual lives too, especially because we don't have any public masses right now. Our church is open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day, and we've loved to see people coming in and taking advantage of that, including people we've never met before this week. But what are you going to do on Sunday morning when you might usually go to Mass and you don't have to be there? The easy thing to do would be to sleep in and never pray, never watch Mass. But what we've done also this week that many people know about is that we've been live streaming our Masses each day on Facebook and Instagram, and we're going to do that on Sunday at 9:15 a.m. That's the Mass we usually stream on YouTube anyway. I'll put the links to it below, but this week, just to reach a broader audience, we're going to be live streaming Mass at 9:15 a.m. on Sunday on Facebook and Instagram. And we want to invite you to join us for those things because this complacency that's easy to feel hurts our hearts and it hurts our relationship with God, because what we need right now more than anything else is the nourishment that comes from Him and from His Word. I think we're realizing right now just how important physical presence is for Catholicism, how much the real presence of the Eucharist matters and how much it hurts when we don't have the kind of access to the Eucharist that we want and that we love. And this is a moment to take advantage of the technology that we have, even if it's not the main way we would like to do this, not the ideal way, to connect with our faith at a time when it would be easy to unplug and disconnect. To that end, also, this evening and maybe in future days, from 4 to 6 p.m. at Our Lady of Victory, we're going to have confessions outside in a drive-through format. You will be a safe distance away from the priest to keep you safe and to keep me safe. But we invite you to that too, because it's a time when people are examining their lives, and we want to make sure our hearts are right before God. And then just a final reminder to my millennial brothers and sisters. They're saying that millennials are the ones who can flatten the curve on this, and that there are two reasons for that. One, because we're the people who know instinctively how to use technology to connect with other people, even without physical presence. And this is a time when we need that. And the other thing is because millennials are the ones who are going to bars and restaurants more than anybody else. So I guess we need to do one of the things we're good at and stop doing the only other thing we're good at. Most bars and restaurants are getting to a point where they're going to be closed at this point anyway, but just an encouragement to millennials out there or those with millennial inclinations. Stay home unless you're going to church or you're going to get some important things at the grocery store. And maybe, finally, just a brief note, some words from C.S. Lewis. He wrote an essay called On Living in an Atomic Age. And I think what he said applies a lot to the situation that we're facing right now, to the fact that we're called to something between fear and complacency, that we're called not to be reckless, but to be courageous, and to keep living the lives God is inviting us to live in this time that's full of questions or uncertainty. Here's what C.S. Lewis says. If we are all going to be destroyed by an atomic bomb, let that bomb, when it comes, find us doing sensible and human things. Praying, working, teaching, reading, listening to music, bathing the children, playing tennis, chatting to our friends over a pint and a game of darts, but don't do that at a bar, please. It's closed. Not huddled together like frightened sheep and thinking about bombs. They may break our bodies. A microbe can do that, but they need not dominate our minds. So do not be afraid. The Lord is with us, and we have to refrain from both the temptations of fear and the temptation of complacency. Peace be with you.